All right, sweet. We are live and we're going to get started again to be respectful of everybody's time. In this live stream, we're going to be going through the setup of a new agent. I will briefly go through on what the fuck we're going to be setting up, and then we're going to just get into it. I'm going to invite Guillermo you onto the stage. And then we'll do some Q&A kind of throughout this. You guys are welcome to follow along directly with this setup. Daniel, Moldy, you guys are welcome on stage as well if you want. Cool. Well, sweet. Let's just get right into it. So what we're going to be building is an agent that's going to be running on a separate private server. This agent, we're going to be connecting to Telegram. That's going to allow us to communicate with it. And then we're going to be building a few different functionalities and features and skills with that agent that are going to allow you to do some cool shit that's ecom oriented. Now, what is this going to cost? How are we going to be setting this up? We're going to be using a DigitalOcean droplet for this. I would say the cheapest setup to run this on is going to be an $18 a month setup on DigitalOcean. And then you're going to be paying for your API keys depending on what you are using for your model that you're chatting with. Like I mentioned before, you can also connect your agent to your OpenAI account, which can allow you to chat with it for free. I just personally, for copywriting and thinking, like Anthropic better. So that's what I have been using, and I will kind of be showing inside of this. So let's just start going through this. First thing you're going to want to do, create a DigitalOcean account if you don't have one. Again, you can do this setup on pretty much any virtual private server. There's a bunch of different hosting options that exist out there. I have personally liked DigitalOcean, so that's the one that we're going to be using. And for this setup, all we're going to be doing is creating a new droplet. So after you are logged into your DigitalOcean account and you click create new droplet, you're going to land on a page that looks something along the lines of this. And we're going to pretty much leave these options here the same. I'll actually also drop this sheet here for you guys, so you are able to directly follow along and have access to these prompts as well. I'll go ahead and drop it inside of the chat. Cool. So first thing we're going to do is on your DigitalOcean droplet here, it's going to start you off by underneath this choose an image. It's going to have OS automatically selected. You're going to want to switch it over to Marketplace. And then you're going to see OpenClaw 2.23 on Ubuntu here. Just want to select that. It's going to be a nice one-click setup for us. We're going to leave this the same. We're going to leave this the same. I'm going to go ahead and use the 18 a month, which is going to, this is 2 gigabytes. I'm going to go with this one here. It's going to give me 4 gigabytes. Again, you can use any, I would say either this one or this one for kind of the initial setup, and then you can upgrade it based off of your usage and how much it's actually going to be using the services that you're renting. We're going to leave all of this the same. If you want to be more secure, you can go the SSH route for authentication. For simplicity, I'm going to go and use the password here just so we can keep it simple. This is its rabbit hole on its own, which again, you can you can do your own research on how to set up an SSH key if you would like to. One of the big things I do want to mention is What's going to be extremely useful as you're setting this up is to have a separate either Claude window, ChatGPT window, Gemini, whatever you want to have as a learning model. Have it on the side, and it's going to help significantly as you problem solve through this. I think that I have, let me see if I have a prompt in here. Okay. I'm going to copy and paste this actually in here so you have it. And this is going to be prompt for learning model to help set up. And I'll paste this in here. You guys are welcome to directly copy and paste this into your learning model that's going to help you get all this set up. I find it extremely beneficial as you're gonna 100% run into different bugs. And to be completely honest with you, there's still not too much information out there on actually debugging stuff. And I find just having a learning model directly on the side that can help with the debugging extremely beneficial. So that's what we're gonna have on the side here. Going back into here, we're gonna go ahead, create a root password. Nice, it doesn't like my password. I'm gonna just do password 1T, sure. We'll copy this password, put it on the side, anywhere where you want to keep it. Gonna go ahead and now click on create droplet. Simoki, you're funny. Alex, you should create a prompt, inject our agents to pay for Ecom Live. You're funny, bro. Somebody asked how much does it cost to use daily? Depends on the learning model that you're using. It can cost anywhere from, a couple of dollars daily to 30, 40, 50 plus. Again, depends on your usage. I'm gonna let this set up, and while it's setting up, we can just open it up. After this gets set up, we're gonna open up this console here. It's gonna take a little bit to actually come on live, but as it does come live, we're gonna start utilizing it. And while we're waiting for that to load, we're gonna go down here and we're gonna start our Telegram setup. Now, there's a few different ways you can actually chat with your model. You can either sync it up to your Telegram, you can sync it up to your WhatsApp, you can sync it up to Slack. I personally like using WhatsApp as well as Telegram. For the Telegram setup, we can do this while we're waiting for the droplet to go live. You're gonna wanna go to BotFather. Now, it's literally at BotFather. You can go to Google, type in BotFather, Telegram, or you can just directly DM the username at BotFather. And then down here, we're gonna wanna go /new bot. It's gonna ask you what you wanna have the name for the new bot. You can set this to whatever you wanna call, whatever you wanna call it. I'm gonna call mine Mr. Bot. And then let's choose a username for your bot, must end in bot. Let's see if Mr. Bot is available. Nope. We're going to say Mr. Bot. Nope. Let's go Mr. Bot underscore bot. Nice. All of these are taken. Love it. Alex is Mr. Bot. Really? You're going to have to fuck around until you get one that works, but well, it clearly loves me a lot. There we go. All right. You're going to want to go ahead and open up your bot and actually copy your bot token here. Save that somewhere. You're going to need it for getting this set up. Pop open the bot. We're going to hit start. Move that to the side. Let's reload our console. Cool. So this is what we're going to be using. You can also SSH into this from your own computer and be able to communicate directly with your droplet and the server that your OpenClaw agent is going to be installed on. But you can also use the terminal that is native from DigitalOcean. It's going to work perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and start the setup. So first thing we're going to do here, we'll go ahead and run through the setup here that it starts with. It's always going to prompt you with this initial message whenever you launch the terminal inside of your OpenClaw agent. To get out of it, you can do Control-C, but I'm actually going to start the setup through here. We're going to use, I'm going to click 3 for Entropic. And then enter Entropic model access key. You're going to find this access key inside of your console. So you're going to find it inside of platform.claude.com/settings/keys. You're going to want to create a new API key for this. I'm going to go ahead and do that just in a separate window here. And we're going to say, what did we call this? Ecom Live Bot. And then what you're going to want to do is simply paste in the key into your terminal here. I'm going to go ahead and just do that off screen. You're then going to get prompted with this over here. It's going to say Entropic key configured successfully. Again, depending on what learning model you want to get connected with your agent is going to depend on how you get that set up. You can select the Open API. OpenAI if you want to be using ChatGPT for communicating back and forth. Again, I'm going to be using my Entropic key here. It's going to ask if you want to run the pairing automation now. We're going to click on, we're going to type in yes. Hit enter. It's going to proceed with the pairing automation. Cool. Next thing you're going to see is something along the lines of this. So it's going to say, please open UI dashboard in your browser to trigger pairing process. It's going to give you the dashboard URL. This is going to be the IP address of your droplet. You're going to want to go back into your browser. I'm gonna pull up a secondary browser here. Give me 1 second. Boom. We're gonna see something along the lines of this. And then it's basically gonna say dashboard will show disconnected. To authorize, open the overview panel in the sidebar, paste your gateway token, click connect button. You're gonna wanna go ahead, copy this guy, copy it. We'll go to the overview, and then you're gonna see gateway token here. I'm gonna go ahead and paste that. And then we're gonna go ahead, click connect. Oh, hold up. We need to put in our password that we created previously. Nice. Example A of bugs that you're just gonna hit. After thinking, you're saying, okay, pairing required, don't worry, it's expected. Type continue once you've connected and see pairing required error. Cool. Hugo saying you're leaking your gateway token, everybody. Yes, Hugo, I'm leaking it currently, but this bot is for example and demonstration purposes. Cool. Let's go back over here and we're going to start our config. So what we're going to want to do is opt into the config URL here. We're going to go /opt/openclaw-tui.sh, and we're going to do config. Sweet. We should now be able to reload and we should be alive. Let's go ahead and in the messages, just type in hello. Boom. We have our bot saying, hey, just came online, fresh workspace, no memories yet. Feels like I'm waking up for the first time. So who am I? Who are you? What should I call myself? Beautiful. To get our Telegram bot here set up, we're going to want to go /opt/openclaw-cli.sh space config. And then this is going to be basically the config that we're going to be able to configure where we're going to be communicating with it. We're going to go ahead and select to run it on the local machine. We're going to want to go over here to channels. We're going to want to click on configure/link. And then we're going to want to scroll down to, or Telegram's the first one, so we'll just hit that. It's going to ask us for the Telegram bot API for the token. We're going to go and copy that you got from the bot father. You're going to want to paste it in here. Cool. Then we're going to want to go ahead and restart the gateway. So we can go down to finished. Configure DM access policies now. No. And then we're going to want to control C. And then pretty much it's going to be the same exact starting of the command /opt/openclaw-cli.sh. And we're just going to say gateway restart. Cool. Next, we're going to go and DM our bot on Telegram. We're going to say what's good. And you can see it's not configured yet. Your Telegram user ID. And we have the pairing code here. We're going to want to go back into our console. And we're going to want to run /opt/openclaw-cli.sh pairing list Telegram. Boom. We have the pairing requests, and now we're going to go ahead and approve the pairing request with the code, with the pairing code. So we'll go ahead, copy the pairing code. And we'll just go ahead and put in pairing approve Telegram, and then you paste in that code. Boom. And we just approved it. So now we should be able to directly message our bot through Telegram. Let's see, is the Telegram integration working? And boom. You can see on the left side, yep, it's working. You're connected through Telegram right now. So now that's confirmed. Wires are connected back to the essential stuff, or existential stuff. Blank slate, what should I call you? And what do you want to call me? Cool. That's going to bring us to the next step here. Now, this step 2 is going to be ridiculously important. Your agent is going to only be as good as the context that you feed it. So if you don't feed it good context, it's not going to know anything about you. It's not going to know what it needs to do, and it's going to fail miserably. So the next step here for everybody watching is going to be to really feed it some solid context on who is the agent, who are you, what are you guys going to be building together, but more importantly, you want to give it some foundational elements that it can work with. Now, what I personally like to do is I like to send voice memos to the agent and give it context, because I can just like walk around the house, yap on the voice memo, and then give it a bunch of context without having to type it in. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. We're going to go ahead and just, I'll open my Telegram on my phone here, and we're going to test to make sure that the voice to text is working. And then B, start giving it some context on, who it is, who am I, what we're going to be building. So I'm literally just going to open my Telegram app, hit the voice memo, and then I'm going to speak into it. I'm going to do something along the lines of this. Cool. Yo, what's going on? So your name is Mr. Bot, and I am Alex. I run an e-commerce brand called pupring.com, and my goals right now are to grow the revenue, be able to save creative content that I find online, to be able to audit it, break down the winning variables, and pass those to my team. I also want to be able to audit competitor landing pages and stay on top of market trends. For you, I want you to be direct and resourceful. When I give you a link, do something useful with it. So pretty simple voice memo here. Again, you're going to want to go into a lot more context. This is, again, for demonstration purposes on this specific build that we're doing. Okay, so you can see here, this is going to be a common bug that you're gonna encounter. It's going to say, got your voice memo. Unfortunately, I don't have audio transcription set up yet. No Whisper or similar tools in the sandbox. Can you type it out so we can set up transcription later? So I actually want to get this set up off the bat because I think it's going to be useful. And to showcase to you guys how I'm approaching this, here's my other agent, my primary one that I work with all the time. I'm literally just going to ask it what we did to set up the voice transcriptions, and it's going to be able to break down an exact prompt that I can feed to this new agent so that it understands how to actually get the voice that's coming in, be able to transcribe it, and do things with it. Again, you can type stuff out, but personally, I like to use voice as it's significantly quicker and allows you to give a lot more context. We'll just give that a second. And while that's loading, I'm going to break down a few of the things that we're going to be creating here. So after we give it the identity, we're going to be building up Chrome automation. Now, the reason Chrome automation, in my opinion, is one of the most powerful tools that you can utilize with your agents is it allows you to bypass any bot restrictions for anything on the web, right? So and there's other tools and other methods that you can use to approach this. However, I have found that Chrome automation is one of the most straightforward and cheapest to run, as you're not paying for any API tokens apart from what your model is processing. You're strictly just using a Chrome browser to go and navigate to the URL, to scrape the URL, and your agent has the ability to access all of the data that is on the browser. Now, if you are setting this up on a Mac Mini or a local server, you can directly have those Chrome automations be done on the machine, and you're not going to need to set up a virtual desktop environment like we're going to be setting up on the virtual private server. So there's a little bit of a difference there depending on how you're setting up your setup. But for the most part, again, Chrome automation is going to be, in my opinion, one of the most elite ways that you can scrape pretty much anything on the internet, and extremely beneficial for a lot of different e-com utility, from going on Reddit and understanding your customers better and then directly feeding that into the knowledge base you're building for creative systems and team, or whether that is for automating posting things, automating creator outreach, which we'll talk about also. A lot of really cool shit you can do with it. Let's see if this set it up. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to literally just go ahead and copy this prompt here. We're just going to go ahead and paste that. Oh, this is another fun rabbit hole. Okay, we're going to do this also together. We need to get our agent out of sandbox mode. Cool. Let's go ahead and do that. Pull back up our terminal here. And then we're going to need to directly modify our config file here. Let's go ahead and get it out of sandbox first. We can use our separate Claude window here for this. Walk me through getting our OpenClaw agent out of sandbox mode. We have a question on what can OpenClaw exactly do. Will you show some examples? Yeah, we'll go through some examples on things I've gotten it to do. And then we had another question on the Chrome automation. Yeah, we're going to be using Playwright. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn sandbox mode off. To do that, we're going to want to just run this command here. That should turn off our sandbox mode. And then we need to restart the gateway to apply. On terminals, you can use the up and down arrows to sort through previous commands that you've sent, which can be beneficial for just rerunning things and not having to retype it out. Imran is saying, I have it installed on my Mac, but the Chrome automation with CDP extension breaks all the time. Have you figured out how to make multi-agents? I have figured out how to make multi-agents. I'll share some value on that here shortly as we get this setup going. Let's go ahead and nano into, okay, so JSON file here is not the correct one. Let's go, let me see where it's at exactly. Okay. So if you guys ever wanted to like directly check out the config file, it's going to be located inside of the home openclaw.openclaw.json. This is where you're going to be able to modify the primary models that are being utilized, as well as fallbacks, as well as the sandbox mode. So you can see the previous command that we executed here. Set the sandbox mode on off. So we should actually be good on that front. Okay. And then for the voice transcriptions, what I'm going to personally be doing is using Gemini. So to get the Gemini voice to text, you're going to need an API key from Gemini. I'll go ahead and show you how to get that as well. Let me just pull up my... Okay. So you can get your Gemini API key from here. Again, this is what I personally am using for the voice to text. aistudio.google.com/API keys. You're going to want to create a new API key here. You're going to want to name it. It's going to give you the code for it, and then I'll show you where you put that in. Cool. And then what you're going to want to do, I'll kind of go back so you can see it again. We're going to go back into our config here. And I will also be adding, we're going to click local. We're going to go to model. And then we're going to go down to Google, which is going to be the Gemini API key. We're going to put Gemini API key, and we're going to just paste that in there. Again, you're going to get that on the previous page that I just showed you guys. You're going to be able to select which model that you want to use. I'm going to go ahead and we'll run it with 3 Pro preview. I think that's fine. Just hit enter on that. It'll go ahead and install it. And then what you'll see is if we go back into our config file, you can see that we have the model here that was set. Now what I don't like is it looked like it removed my previous one. Fun. What's good, Bruno? All right, we're gonna do this the slightly old-fashioned way here. Give me a second. So pretty much what I'm going to do is just replace this section here so that we're primarily using Anthropic, and then falling back on also Gemini. And I will also paste this inside for you guys to have as well. What's good, Mickey? Okay. So just paste it in the chat what we're going to be updating our config file to. What this is going to allow us to do is to use Anthropic as the primary agent that we're talking to, and then our model that we're talking to, and then have also Gemini as the fallback. And then that is going to go, I'll show you. It's going to go right where the auth is. So basically, this entire section here up to this section here. We're going to go ahead, paste that in. And then we're going to go ahead and click Control X. We're going to hit Y and we're going to hit enter. And then we're going to go ahead and restart our gateway. All right, cool. And then we're gonna go ahead and retest sending that previous voice memo. Boom. And now we have voice transcription working. But as you can see, there's definitely like shit like we just went through where I'm sure half of you guys fell asleep, where I was just trying to debug a small thing like getting the voice to transcribe properly. You're going to have a lot of that. Just giving it to you guys straight. Where shit's going to just break and you're going to just have to fuck with it until you get it working. But as you can see, we have a voice now that's working properly. Cool. Let's go ahead and continue with this. So we gave it a little bit of context here on what we're building. Next thing we're going to do is start setting up the virtual environment for the Chrome automation that we're going to be using to create some cool scraping tools with. Let's go over here. And we're going to just directly copy this over here. Go back to our agent, paste it in. Again, you guys have these, you guys have access to this Notion, so you can just directly follow along. Nice. It's trying to go around this. No sudo in this sandbox. Can't install packages here, but I already have a browser tool. No, that's not what I want. Again, another beautiful example of just shit you're gonna run into. Let's fix it. And while we're debugging this, I'm gonna show you guys some cool shit that we got working so far with my agent. One of the coolest things. Okay, I'll go through this here in a second. One of the coolest things, which is currently in alpha. It's a project that me and Guillermo are working on, but I do want to just showcase it just in terms of like utility and the shit you can do. Check this out. So let's just say you're on Instagram. I'm screenshot. Yeah, you guys can see my phone. Let's just say I'm on Instagram and I'm scrolling through Instagram and I'm like, ooh, this is a cool creative. I want to have my team, do something similar to this. I can send this shit to my agent. And what it's going to do, it's going to take this video and it's going to send it to a swipe file. And then you can take it from that swipe file and you can break apart the winning variables of it. And then you can send those winning variables to your team. Boom. Appears right in here. It is a lot of work taken off your back, I agree. But yeah, this is currently in like ridiculously early alpha in terms of the API that you can connect with your agent to do this. But you can go to here and you can go to the wait list. And then we're gonna be opening this up for beta in probably like a week or so. Yeah, to pretty much just the people that are, on this live here. So if you want to go into a lot more cool creative shit with your workflows, this is going to be directly plugging into agents. And I'll showcase a few other things about it, but mainly just wanted to showcase that utility as it's fucking ridiculously sick. Let's go ahead and get this guy where we want it to be. Yeah, Jordan, it does. All right, let's go ahead and run these commands inside of our terminal window. And that's just one of the ridiculously cool things that you can do with it. I'll showcase some more later. Okay. Let's restart the gateway again. Still locked. Gateway isn't enabled yet for Chrome script you pasted earlier. Da, 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 da. So we did, let's see. Let's go. Again, you're going to run into shit like this. You're going to run into many bugs. This by no means is easy. But the shit you can create with autonomous agents is the future of everything that we're all doing. And I'll just leave, like, I want you guys to see all of the debugging for all of this, because I think it's important. Obviously, retention on this this video and live is not going to be the best, but for those that stick around, like, we're going to get a working model here, and you'll be able to build some cool shit with it. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this output here. We'll paste the output in here. And then we're going to run also this guy here. This is likely going to be inside of here. Open claw. Exec approvals.json. And we're just going to cat that instead of nano. Cat will paste out the output from the file. Nano is going to let you edit it. Okay, so that does not exist. Approvals, exec approvals.json. Okay. We can also run try running this guy. Can you also show how you give agent its knowledge base with your SOP PDF so it doesn't hallucinate? Yeah, we're gonna dive into that. Would you go back and forth with Claude and try to debug situations, or go back and forth with the bot instead? Both. So Yeah, both of them, oftentimes, you're going to break your bot, especially if you're editing some of these config files directly from the terminal. Like, you'll just nuke your bot, and then you're going to be like, fuck, how do I fix it? And then you're going to go back and forth with a separate Claude instance. But for the most part, you can chat, directly with the bot. Too many arguments. Expected 0 got 2. Let's see. I'm just going to then paste this entire log into here. Yo, what's going on?
What's up, bro? How are you doing?
I'm good, dude. I'm blessed. How are you doing?
I'm on the spot now with a lot of people here, so it feels special.
Oh, you're good. Let's paste this in. So this is an example of like what I'd feed it, and I'm gonna be like, here's log output. What's going on, Daniel?
Yo.
Config looks right. Just need to restart to pick up the changes. Let's test it again. Again, you're gonna run into shit like this all the time where it's just like not gonna work what you want it to do. All right.
Okay, Daniel, let's see that shit.
Restarted. How are we looking?
Are you gonna make a template for like your Discord or what?
Yeah.
It's like a okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's like just a full setup. Full setup with all the debugging that comes with it.
Yeah, I know someone's gonna break it. They try doing it right now.
It's gonna, yeah. Setting this up will 100% break a lot, but you ran the config command as root, but gateway looks like it's running as OpenClaw user. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's take a look here also. And then let's go ahead. Nice. What's going on, Moldy?
Moses guy's raising his hand, dude.
Let's give this a try. The benefit, by the way, of what we're currently trying to problem solve, which is getting the agent completely out of sandbox mode, is to enable it to be able to install shit on its own, basically. Otherwise, you're going to need to, for everything you're trying to build, either do it inside of a terminal or have a Claude code window that's doing it for you. Both can work. There's a good saying that you don't ever want to have a doctor operating on itself, which is legitimate. And I oftentimes will be connecting to my agent directly from a Visual Studio Code terminal, and then I have also Claude Code on there that can help debug things. Let's see. Config looks right. The issue is likely sandbox mode. Let's see. We're clearly still in sandbox. Because we do have it on sandbox. Explain. I do believe we have it off on the main config, but paste that in there.
Looks so much better once it's first started. That shit was like ass. Now it's like actually nice. It's all functional. Like the remember last time it was photos. Does it have any logic to that or no?
For what? Elaborate.
You created images, right? And you let your team verify or like do the human part of it, creating the video.
Yeah.
They're gonna create a second step portion where they actually can also generate after they approve the image.
Yeah.
Into a video, yeah.
Well, let's see. This room is gateway. Let's try. Guillermo.
Hey.
Well, it's good.
We're still alive.
Guillermo's right in the bomb zone right now.
Is that true? Is that all a hoax? Did it actually bomb Dubai?
Why would they?
Yeah, it's
joke
pretty
about
calm
that,
here.
Danny, are you serious right now, dude?
I didn't check it up at all.
It's a sensitive
It's like
topic
shrapnel?
for Guillermo.
He's surviving and thriving. Where's Justin at? He needs to be in here.
Like multitasking. I can't do that. I have ADHD. That's all on the next level shit.
Have a good night, brother.
What's up, Alex?
What's good, dude?
What you up to?
We are just setting up a new Clawbot instance. Open Claw, yeah, instance.
Hey, Daniel.
Yep.
You want to see my face before my Ramadan fast?
Let's see it. Nice.
Dude, the sun's not down, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, it is. It's because I've got
What
like
is
light.
it, bro?
They're
It's a
really
time
good
zone
light.
change.
Sun's down.
Uh-huh. Where's
It's
Bruno?
because there's like missiles outside, so it's like brightening up the sky.
Hmm?
I swear it's nighttime.
All right, I think we're getting closer.
Plan exiting Poppery?
I do. Now, when that's gonna
What's your
be?
goal?
Ideally this year. There was I almost was out this last year, but I'm still in there for at least another 6 months or so.
Oh, someone bought it and you're in 6 months? Or are you trying to say you want to stay in another 6 months for the P&L to be a little bit juicier?
Well, both. Like I ideally would like to be out of the project in the next like 6 to 12 months. If everything aligns, I don't mind the cash flow from it right now. But yeah, I mean, I do think that after like 6 years on it, I'm ready to pass it along.
Yeah, dude. Can't wait. You should just make a Poppery 2, find their back, you know?
Let's see. How are we doing? Okay. Let's go. We problem solved it. And we lost half the people in here.
That's my technical founder.
Okay. Well, for those that were watching and stayed tuned, you saw how I went back and forth with the agent to problem solve the permissions so that it has the ability to to get on top of installing what we want it to install without me having to manually install it in the terminal. Okay, now next thing we want to do is make sure that our virtual desktop is working here. Again, this is what we're going to be using for a lot of the different scraping. And what we're going to do is virtually log into this. So we can be like, we can just send it a voice message.
Yeah, you got a moderator acting up. I think it needs removing.
You start banning people like me. You don't have to like tolerate us.
And Moldy, would you like to explain?
just so hungry during Ramadan. I'm sorry.
I can do it if you like. First, not to be off track, but I just wanted to. I think we should. There's an elephant in the Discord that we should address about the Andromeda and whether you should double budgets or not. Because someone said you shouldn't double budgets. So, like that should be addressed for everyone. Mm. Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
Sometimes.
you should try doing 20% consistently each day until realize it's stable. I'm not sure if there's logic behind it, but like 20% every day works fine for me
Yeah,
and is scaling.
from $50. I'll start at $5 or 20% each day. And in like three
No, it's
years,
just
you can
like
be at
on
like
top.
1K budget. Is that the same as you would say, Moldy?
No, my mentor told me like to do more 20%.
Yeah, what do you want Guillermo to explain? Is that Moses? That was a good answer. Does anyone here know how to explain Clawbot? Because Guillermo's MIA. Yeah, I'd love to explain it, but like my thinker is just such a high level, like out of this earth frequency range that I don't think people can understand. Yeah, it doesn't match. Yeah, I'm out of space and time. Oh, I have a question. I think this is a good one. Okay, so outside of, the basic initial stuff that people are doing with uh the posting content, the customer service flows, the basic stuff with AI, right? What can we do today, or if it's not today, in the next week, so we can use Clawbot to help us super directly with making better ads. Harry? Harry Dry? Oh, the can you visualize it? Can you falsify it? Can anyone else say it? Oh yeah. Mm, yeah. I've been testing that resource specifically with scripting. It's not as applicable with scripts because sometimes the rules don't make sense in a specific context. But for writing copy like image ads specifically, I've been saying as a resource to the image ads guy. And then for like landing page copy, I think it's like really premium. Mm, yeah, cool.
Okay. Should be back now. Testing 1, 2. Okay. Yeah, for give, I just fixed it. Thank you for letting me know. I'm not sure how long it's been muted there for, but rip recording a little bit. Okay. We're gonna just continue on with what we have here. But yeah, Bo, there's a bunch of different like utility that you can build for this. Um, from different auditors and graders that you can train with good copywriting material to be able to scrape automatically reviews off of different places and then feed that into the context for content that you're building, to scraping ads, to building email automations, to, I mean, I put a bunch of stuff in here. UGC Pipeline Manager. You can build cash flow forecasting. You can build different dashboards with it. I mean, a lot of these things like the dashboard side already exists with like Triple Whale, so I wouldn't say that's a, must have. But a lot of the agents that I am personally finding beneficial are ones oriented around scraping and then feeding that into copy that gets created that then either gets passed along to team to get refined or is used to grade copy that team is writing. That's some of the, I guess, biggest utility that I'm finding with it.
Okay.
Cool. So we can see that our web scraper is working. Have a typo in the headline, fake urgency, CTA is invisible above fold, right? So this just gave like an initial grade based off of, what we ran it through, the model we ran it through, which I think this is running through Sonnet 4.6. Now, I'm going to directly showcase to you guys how to make this better with what we just talked about, actually. So I like to train my agents based off of people that know a lot more about me in the things that I'm trying to do. So one great example of that is going to be this video here. So this is a super solid video by Harry Dry and David Perel that I would highly recommend you guys directly take and transcribe. I'll also drop the links on these. And then what you can do is you can just go to YouTube, transcript, click on the first one, paste it in there, click get free transcript, copy it. We can go back to our agent here and we can say, I want to create a new rule that every time we analyze or write copy together, we use a 3-step framework taught by Harry Dry. I will paste the YouTube transcript here. I want you to digest it and remember it. And then literally I'm going to paste the transcript in here. Oh, too long. Nice. What we can do instead is we can create a file and then upload the file. We can say, let me know when you are ready for the file. And then we can open up any text editor here. I'm just going to use Sublime, paste the transcript. We'll save it in a downloads, Harry Dry.txt. And then we can directly drag and drop that in here. Send it. Season's asking, could you make bots that then train other bots, like the copy grader one you said, for example, you create a bot to train the copy grading bot to get better at copy? Yes, you can. So the same tools that we are building here can be used for that. You can directly create, for example, you can directly tell your agent that you want to have a consistent cron event, and all that means is like an event that happens every single time, or a script that happens, not a script that happens at a interval or at a tick. So it's like every day, for example, have it run a research agent that goes and does research on what are the top copywriting conversations happening on Reddit? What are the top copywriting conversations happening on Twitter? It can then collect different YouTube links, for example, and then it can automatically go to those YouTube links, extract transcripts, and feed it into its learning base. It could also go and decide if those are worth feeding into the learning base. But yes, you can have agents that are consistently helping improve your system and the knowledge base and context that it has within it. Cool. So you can see saved and locked in. Here's the rule going forward. Every time we write or analyze copy together, I'll run through Harry's 3-question test. Can I visualize it? Is it concrete enough to drop on your foot? Can I falsify it? Does it point at something true or just talk? 3, can nobody else say this? Could a competitor sign this exact line? Quick example of your headline, she'll ugly cry, then never take it off. Yes, you can visualize it. Falsify it. Yes, it's a claim, true or false. Nobody else say it. Weak. Any sentimental jewelry brand can say this. So the fix would make it more ownable, the pup ring specifically. Cool. So now our CRO agent is a little bit smarter, and we can let's run it on another landing page. Anybody want to send a landing page in the chat that you want this to analyze? We can do like a live example from either one of your guys' brands or just a random one that you want me to do. Feel free to drop it in the chat, and then I can have the agent we just built here do a CRO audit on it, and we can see what we get back. All right, cool. Thebloomplanners.com. So let's go here. Cool. We're just going to copy the URL. We're going to go in here and we're going to be like, cool. Next, analyze and grade this LP. We're going to send that. And here's what we can do also. We can pull up our virtual environment here, and you're going to see in real time how it's going to do it. Boom, opens a new page with the URL. And that's pretty much all it needs. It needs just like, it goes on there, grabs code, and then extracts. We can do that one too. The wifey brought back some grub. Gonna knock that out after we finish up here. We have a question. Can the agents create images? I just arrived. They can 100% create images. One automation that I created here, I can show you guys. One automation I created here is the ability for my agent to create slideshows and then automatically post them to TikTok. So what I can do is I can literally just send it a voice memo, have it brainstorm new concepts, and then it's going to use the same framework that we discussed for copy to create new copy that then gets forwarded over and built into prompts that are needed to generate images for it, and then automatically also does text overlay. You can see the output of it here. But yes, to answer the question in the chat, you can 100% have it use any learning model. This is creating the images with Nano Banana Pro. Boom. So we can see we got the audit back here. So the headline, the Bloom Digital Planner, can you visualize it? No. Can you falsify it? No. Can nobody else say this? No. So it would, let's see, we can have it rewrite this. I want you to scrape that whole page and then give me copy suggestions based off of it, based off of our framework. Intelligent money, organic TikTok. Is there a big difference between the different interfaces you can talk to your bot? So Telegram, WhatsApp, Slack, Discord, or is it personal preference? Pretty much personal preference. I like to use Telegram and WhatsApp primarily. And I also have it linked to my Discord. The biggest thing that you want to keep in mind with all of this is you want to only give it access to places that you are going to be communicating with it. You don't want to give it access to public places where others can communicate with it, unless you build some good security that prevents prompt injection. But you do want to, yeah, just be cognizant of that. That's why I was wondering about VPS versus local setup. VPS is going to be a little bit more secure for the reason that with a local setup, you're going to need to port your IP publicly to then be able to access it from other locations. And in that case, you're going to want to use some other security features and tools that exist. One good one that you don't necessarily need to do if you're running it on a VPS, but if you're running it locally, take a look at Tailscale. I'll also drop this link. This is a way that you can more securely build a setup. Boom. All right, look what we got back. So we got a nice full analysis on the Bloom planners. It's recommending that the headline gets optimized. Fuck. Give me 1 sec, I just dropped water everywhere. One second. Thankfully, I don't think it was on any of my electronics, but okay. Cool. So pretty much we have copy rewrites here for you. It started at 5 p.m. as announced. Cool. So new headline suggestion here. 5 apps, sticky notes everywhere. One planner fixes that. You can visualize it. Falsifiable. Nobody else can say it. New subheadline here. Giving a specific number, 13,629 women replace their paper planners, sticky notes, and budgeting apps with one $34 download. I'll go ahead and copy and paste this in there so you can have this feedback. What's good, Boba? This replay will be available later, yes. And we can run the other site also. Just make sure my Mac did not get any water on it. I think we're good. What's up, Build Mental? Okay, let's run this other site through it as well for the funsies. Cool. Let's do the same thing with this site. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, our Chrome scraper is fully working. And it's able to navigate to any page. Scrape content off of it. And then directly give us feedback based off of the copywriting framework that we built inside of it. Moses is asking, can this build apps for me? Yes, you can create a sub agent that is connected with Claude Code and it can create apps for you. Let's keep going through this. Yeah, I mean, I already showed you guys the flow demo. I'll go ahead and show it for those that have not or that are just tuning in. This is going to absolutely change the way that you get inspiration and then pass the inspiration to execute on. I'll go ahead and I'll demo this again for you guys. But insane tool that I'm working with Guillermo on to build. Take a look at this. So we can like directly go to any reel. Let's just say this one here. And let's just say we want to save this into our swipe file. We no longer have to like manually copy and paste links places. We literally just hit the like send button. We click on where we're talking to our agent and then we just send it to our agent. And you're going to see, I'll go ahead and save a few. We'll add a few TikToks in here. They directly appear inside the swipe file. So we can like, we'll just say we like this guy and we want to extract it. We can just hit WhatsApp or Telegram, send it to the agent. You can see they just start appearing. and what's pretty crazy about all of this is that you're going to then be able to build workflows inside of here where the trigger can be incoming inspiration from social media. So you can get directly a trigger that's like when something is added to the swipe file, then do something with it. And this is going to allow for taking incoming inspiration that you normally would be saving just inside of your bookmarks on your Instagram or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. And you can automatically create workflows where you send that piece of content to your agent. The agent moves it to Flow and it runs it through a workflow that can then do things with that content, extract the variables from it, recreate the shots with AI, create a brief of the winning variables and forward it to your Slack or to your team. So I think there's going to be some crazy shit that we're going to be able to build with this. And I think it's going to have massive utility. Same for the email aspect of it. Like I'm already starting to use this to just opt in for different brands that I want to get their emails and be able to see those emails in one place instead of an inbox that you never check. And it all goes directly in here. And then you can build workflows that extract those emails. You get all the assets from the emails as well. That can be, you can directly take those assets, repurpose them, rerun them. But yeah, this is a brand new, brand new project in the space. I think it's going to be absolutely insane. This is like the first time I'm showing it live to anybody. And you can opt into waitlist just by going to Flow AI waitlist. Likely a week from now, we'll send out a few invites to just people that are in this event that are going to be able to play around with this for free, just connecting it to your agent to be able to do different things. But yeah, absolutely sick. It's going to completely replace different swipes that currently exist that you have to have a lot more manual work in. I mean, you can see I just sent my agent the links and it automatically goes into here. And then this content, what's also sick about it is you can directly chat. You can directly see the breakdown of why it worked, and you can also chat with the content. So it's like, what are the winning variables from this piece of content? Jordan, yeah, it's a project I'm working on with Guillermo. Boom. Based on the video provided, the winning variables are aesthetic visuals, introspective content, strong hook, clear product demonstration, calm pacing and audio. So you can directly break apart pieces of content that are going viral, and then you can have workflows that automatically do this and extract it and push it to team. No ads on it. No, this is just like, this is the first time I'm ever talking about it. Boom, we got our breakdown for my tapas. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll copy and paste this also into the chat for the gentleman whose site this was. Cool. All right, so I did a lot of yapping. I did a lot of debugging with this brand new instance that we installed. You guys got to watch kind of from the beginning of getting this set up till now, till utility. I mean, this is clear utility for it. What I want to do now is open up. Em's like, want to see some Claudebot in action. I mean, you were just watching some stuff in action. I can show you guys some more things. What I want to do now is open this up for questions. Yeah, let's open this up to questions. If you guys are stuck anywhere with your builds currently, I'm happy to kind of just provide, my feedback on it. Again, one of the biggest resources that I recommend you guys use is learning models that are going to help you debug the things that you're currently stuck on with your build. Many times your builds are going to break. Many times you're going to completely like nuke it, and you're not going to be able to, you know, talk with it, and you're going to be like, what the fuck do I do? In 100% of those instances, using a separate window as well as Claude Code to directly help debug your builds is how you fix it. Let me think, what else do I want to pass along here in regards to that? But yeah, if you guys have questions, you feel free to either raise your hand, I can bring you up on stage, or drop it inside of the chat. And we can do some Q&A, and then call it good. I'll likely nuke this bot here after, just so my API doesn't get drained, because I did expose it. How do you prevent other people from ripping your brands? Make better ads, bro. Have better marketing. Outspend them. Is a MacBook strong enough for ClaudeBot? Yes. Well, it depends on what Mac you have. Very much depends on what Mac you have, but most should be able to, yes. Magnus, it is recorded. It's available for replay on YouTube. Drop the questions in chat. We'll do a few minutes of Q&A here, and then we'll call this good. I'm brand new to this, but would like to break down simple ad images that I input into it. Then it should adjust to my brand and give me prompt to generate images. Do you think that is too elaborate to set up? Where can I start? Well, first thing is to watch the replay of this. I pretty much showcase how to set up a large part of that up already. For the image processing, I would likely use Gemini 3 Pro or Gemini 2.5 Pro. And then for the generating of new copy that's specific to your brand, I would have a copywriting sub-agent that you train based off of what I showcased earlier in this call. The same way we trained it to analyze landing pages is the same way I would have it analyze the ads and rewrite copy for the ads. And then you can piece all those variables together in new ads that you're generating by, let's just say, using the old ad as a reference, and then prompting to replace, let's just say, copy and product with copy that was generated, and then product image that you directly input. Mikoli, can I see your texts? I can check. I should be able to see them. But as you can see, I have a lot of texts I need to get back to. Can you make ClaudeBot make new concepts and create image ads by itself, AI ads, for example? Yes, you can. It's going to be very similar to what I already built on this, where I just prompted. Like, I can show you guys this actually live. Why not? Oh, can I see your message above? Let me take a look. I'm seeing more and more websites running advertorial pages before product pages. What do you think about that? How many tokens have you spent so far? Well, it depends on who you're targeting, but think about it like this. An advertorial page is going to further curate the demographic that's coming to your site. You're going to be able to speak to them more before they land to your product and convince them more that they need to opt in for the product that you sell. Now you can do this. You can do this in many different ways. There's many different types of transition pages that exist. Depending on who your demographic is, the importance of going into it right away versus waiting on it will differ. If you're speaking to a lot older demographics, people that are 50, 60 plus, it becomes more important to actually start with an advertorial. Why? Because those demos need more curation. They enjoy reading. again, depending on where you're at, what you're selling, who your demographic is, will depend on if you want to prioritize it right now. However, yes, it is how you optimize your conversion rate further, whether it's through advertorial pages, listicles, different transition pages that might be offer based, all of the above. How many tokens have I spent so far? Maybe like $300-400. And then I can show for the question on having AI recreate concepts. I can just give you guys a demo of this. So what I'll do is I'll pull up my WhatsApp here, and then I'll send a voice memo. Yo, what's going on, Bob? So what I'd like for you to do is to spawn our copywriting agent to come up with a new slideshow concept that uses our 3 framework process and is directly talking to guys who would be buying a gift for their dog, mom, girlfriend, or wife. So it's going to be something that's targeting men. What I'd like for you to do is to have our copywriting agent brainstorm the concept, and then I would like for you to directly push that concept into our front end and database so that we can play around with it. So I'll just send that voice message, and then what you'll see is it's going to spawn a copywriting agent. It'll have the copywriting agent come up with concepts, and then it's going to push that to our panel here where we can play around with the image generation and try to fine tune it. But that will be, yeah, directly in line with kind of what you would be doing. You would just be having, you know, image ads that you're feeding as examples, and then you would build an automation that takes those, extracts the winning aspects of them, and uses those to piece together new static ads. Then if you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop them in. I'll probably showcase this demo, and then I think this stream will be good. Again, we literally went through the setup of a brand new agent from start to where we're at right now, where it has the capability to scrape pretty much anything, grade any copy, and there's so many other things you can do with it. Again, go through the doc that I provided you guys. Down at the bottom here, there's a bunch of different agents, some of which I've built, some of which I have not built yet, that you can use for ecom utility. CRO auditing, massive. Competitor price monitoring, massive, pretty easy to do. The copy grader, we just built that. Reviewing responses from reviews, and you can do this for also competitors to understand what problems do customers have with your competitor's product, to then be able to better understand how you need to be marketing to position yourself as superior because your product solves those problems. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in here that you can, you know, start playing around with in terms of utility. I like to use mine as like an admin assistant, if you will. So a lot of what I have my agent do is I just literally talk context into it, and then that context gets action that it takes from it based on what am I currently doing on any given day. It automatically updates my calendar, automatically updates my Google Tasks with the tasks that I need to do. it automatically helps identify what should be prioritized. Trying to think what else is good to just pass along here that I've gotten it to do. Yeah, that's a few things. Justin, when will the recording be up? Right after this. There might be a part during the recording where the mic died. Heads up, but everything should still be on screen. You can see the prompts. Quick question. To test advertorial versus product page, should I run 2 separate campaigns with same creatives, just different links? Yes. That's the easiest way to do it. I had day 1 to 2 sales profitable, day 2 4 sales profitable, day 3 0 sales. Well, this is, to be honest with you, Mikoli, too small of a sample size here. You only want to be focused on a 7-day blended view. So it's like after 7 days, are those ads working? Are they at least breaking you even? And then you make decisions based off of that. You know, if you're only 3 days into it, you're not having enough data, because think about it like this. People will spend money at different times of the week, right? You're going to have some people that will spend money right when they get paid on Fridays. You'll have people spend more on the weekends. You'll have people that on Mondays look at their account. They're like, shit, I just spent a bunch of money. I should, I got to cut back. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday might be dry. So it depends, right? So that's why having a bigger sample size of sales that are coming in is absolutely crucial, based off of the different ways and times that people buy, to just be able to make better decisions based off of them. Have I seen any winning ads come out of OpenClaw from its AI agents yet? I have had some winning ads come from it. Not particular from OpenClaw, but just me playing around with using Nano Banana, Sora 2, VO3 to create ad creative. For the API code, do I need Google Studio, or can I use my retail subscription to Gemini and ChatGPT? You can use your retail subscription for ChatGPT to do pretty much everything that we did here. Cool. And we had this come back. So copywriting agent was spawned. It brainstormed 3 different hook ideas. Here's what I created. The sign he keeps missing. The sign your boyfriend keeps missing. Red flag. That's actually really good. Sign 1. Her camera roll is 94% or 94%. Her dog 6%. You. Sign 2. You had to earn her trust. Her dog didn't. Sign 3. She's literally been sending you hints. The sign your boyfriend keeps missing. Cool. So it was inserted. So we should be able to go here, refresh, boom. Here's the concept. And now we can like literally play around with this. So we could be like, all right, let's generate the initial hook image. And I can have it also automatically like generate all of them. I'm just kind of showcasing it piece by piece here for you guys. I also built in image editing so that our team can go inside of here and then automatically edit. But yeah, the sign your boyfriend keeps missing. I mean, this was completely just generated based off of the parameters that I built inside. If I wanted to edit this in any way, I could click edit. I could move the text around. I'd say I wanted the text to be up here. Let's say I want to just be plain text, make it a little bit, that's probably fine size. I can save it. And then this gets automatically applied. Boom. Right. So again, this is what I'm building for it, but you can do the exact same stuff for image ad creatives. You can do the same thing for videos. Yeah. And then you could have this directly push to different places, whether it's a Google Drive folder, whether it's automatically posting it into your Facebook account. Those automations are all possible. That's why a lot of this stuff I'm like super passionate about, because it's very clearly the direction that a lot of our workflows are going to be going in, at least those that are going to be standing out and winning. I'm using a Nano Banana Pro for all the image generation. Each image is about 2 cents to generate. Any last questions? Put them in. For those of you that have stuck around since the beginning, you guys are legends. This was definitely a more intense live with a lot of bugs that we had to debug, but we got through it. Are those system on the Notion doc as well for the TikTok slideshow creation? Not for that particularly. I did have a document that I made about that I can pass along to you that showcases how it works. Let me pull it up though. This here. Yeah, so this here will showcase how to build the slideshow automation for you. I'll drop it here as well. That's the slideshow automation system. I also shared this with you guys, which is a lot of the setup that we ran through today. I'll paste it in here as well for those of you that missed the link originally. Mikoli, I have found Claude to be superior for generating copy compared to ChatGPT and Gemini, yes. Any last questions? Feel free to drop them in, and we're going to call this good. Moses asks, how can I build a fully working app for a restaurant today? Claude Code. On Claude settings, do you have some config you set up for your Claude AI? You need to elaborate a little bit more on that. Yeah, Season, there is an open Claude channel. It's currently private, but I can get you added to it. Season, send me a PM and I'll get you added to it. It's a private channel currently for just members, but I'll for those that are actually passionate about pursuing this, I'll get you guys added to it so you can have access to that one specifically. Moses, just use Claude Code regular if you're trying to just build an app. Claude AI settings general, there's a describe your job where you put what you want below personal preference. Claude consider sending answers. Yes, likely if you're just talking with Claude about something. What we did over here is we're using the API and hosting our context files locally. I have sent you, well, I sent you the transcript that you're going to want to use, Mikoli, for training it. So use the transcript that we talked about earlier. And then for anybody who's actively pursuing this shit and want access to some insane tools on workflow and creative workflow, sign up to the waitlist. That's what I'm going to leave you guys with. You're going to be able to build some absolutely insane shit with what we're building right now. This is the video, Mikoli. DM me. Cool, guys. Send a thumbs up or fire emoji in the chat if this was beneficial. Again, I appreciate everybody for staying in, you know, especially some of you guys that have been here from the beginning. Was a decently intensive live, but hopefully this put a lot of you guys on the right path. And feel free to message me if you have any questions in regards to it. Sweet. Take it easy, gentlemen. Be safe. God bless.